If you're new to speech evaluations in Toastmasters, here's one possible roadmap that you may want to consider. First of all, it goes without saying, start working on your own project and deliver speeches. By working on your projects regularly, you know what to expect, what to deliver, and then you also received feedback from the evaluator. Get a sense of how they evaluate speeches so that you know what to do or what not to do when you are an evaluator. Secondly, whether you play a role or not in that meeting, make sure that you have paper in your pocket so that you can write down some of the strengths of the speaker, what you like about the speaker, and then changes that you hope to see in their presentation. It can be any speaker who give a prepared speech in their meeting, because you are picturing that as if I'm the individual evaluator for that person. Why paper instead of the phone? Because if we're on the phone all the time, looks like we're not paying attention. The paper will look better. And we also need to practice. As we are writing, we are connecting with the speaker. So we want to look at the speaker as we are writing. That means you focus your attention on listening, connecting to the speaker while making brief notes, just enough so that you can prepare a succinct evaluation. Once you get this rhythm and you become more familiar in listening to someone and then write brief notes, you want to be more specific in how you capture notes. As the Toastmaster or the evaluator announces the project objective, you want to pay attention to what is the objective of that project. You may also find this on the agenda. You want to make sure that the feedback that you write down matches the objectives. What is he or she doing that is effective in achieving that objectives? What can a speaker change or adjust in order to better achieve the objectives? So tie your notes around how can you help the person better achieve the objectives, or point out what he or she is doing that can benefit the whole audience. And work on your own pace. It may be a period of time. You take your time to become familiar with that. At some stage, you'll be comfortable in comparing notes that you've taken at multiple sessions. And do you see a pattern there? Are you constantly giving feedback on the way how they deliver their content, how they structure or organize their content, or how they polish the content, make sure that the message is sent across clearly? You may be able to find you are good at collecting evidence in different parts. It's a matter of collecting evidence from multiple sources. So if you are strong in one part, that means the other part you want to strengthen on, so on and so forth. By then, you should have the confidence to volunteer to be an individual evaluator. If we put ourselves in that role, it creates that formality or pressure so that you can perform. So you may want to make sure that you apply the skills that you have learned and then put that in the evaluation speech. If you have followed the steps along, you should have enough evidence or content to comment on and give a balanced evaluation. Balanced evaluation typically is 3 to 5 points with specific examples or suggestions on how to improve, or suggestions on why it worked well to the audience. Then the next stage, you may want to focus on sharpening your message when it comes to feedback. You may want to challenge yourselves in an evaluation speech contest. Again, putting yourself under more pressure in order to be more specific in the way how you give feedback. If you're participating in a contest, you may want to skip the obvious as you are preparing your evaluation speech. Typically, it would be how the test speaker delivered their speech, because what's being observed is most obvious. You may want to work on how the person can structure the speech differently, or what was effective to achieve their purpose. So you want to focus more time on the structuring and the content, speech effectiveness, message, and how can they adjust, use different approach so that they can achieve their speech objectives. Some see evaluation as an art, where in that moment, whatever happened, it naturally come and then give that evaluation. For me, it can be a stage-by-stage, step-by-step process, and to strengthen your skill in each stage, you can strengthen your ability as an evaluator. Perhaps in the way you can find your own way of evaluating and giving that feedback to help the other person to improve. So keep exploring, and remember, this is only one way to strengthen your skills to be a better evaluator. Have fun.